Hello, everybody. It's that time again where we post our videos up. This week we're talking about the best and the worst speeches that we've heard. And I gotta say, one of the best speeches I've ever heard was by a gentleman named Mr. Hyatt. And he was giving a speech to young people about how you put your trust in God and how if you do things according to God's ways and principles, how things work out good for you. And this was last summer around July, and it was one of the we were at a church convention, and this was one of the last public speaking talks that they were giving. And of course, we were very sleepy and tired. So when he came on and started giving his speech, it everybody was able to stay awake that I saw. My kids were able to stay awake. I was able to stay awake. Um, and also, it was live, so he was right there. We could see him. And like I said, it was about it was a spiritual conversation, but it was mostly directed to young people. But it was so good because it not only affected the young people, like my children, but it also affected us adults as to reminding us, giving us that, it is as long as we do things God's way, that everything will work out the right way. It was also good because he was very his tone of voice wasn't a sleepy tone of voice, but you can tell the caring and how much he really wanted to get his point across in such a loving, caring, kind way. I met him personally, and he was a very kind and caring person in real life. And he, just the way he spoke to the children, that they felt a connection, even though he wasn't right there in front of them. He felt a connection to him, and he was able to get his point across with humor. He was funny. He was also very informative. He had different kinds of um, statistics, and also he took us to the Bible to read God's word to see how that was a truly impact. And that was my best experience I've ever had with a public speaker. The worst experience was about 2 years ago. And it was a friend. I don't want to say their name, but he was a friend, and he was doing a Bible reading, and he is dyslexic. And when he went up there, he couldn't get through it. I felt so bad. It was live also, and I just felt so bad for him. He did what he could, and for that, I was very, very proud of him. He did what he could, and he got through it, um, but it wasn't what he wanted it to be. So that was the worst experience that I've ever seen, or the worst speech I have ever seen. And it wasn't bad because of the way he gave his speech. It was just because of a disability. The fact that he kept his courage up and he continued with it and he got through it, even though there was a lot of issues in there. For example, he said a lot of wrong words. He said turned around sentences, things like that. But like I said, he got through it. He did get the message across, which was the Bible verses that he was reading. But that was the worst I think that I've ever seen. And like I said, I am proud of him for his courage of standing up there and continuing on, even though you could see that he was horrified, but he did good with that sense. So that's my best and my worst, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.